And in our top business story, Opec has agreed to cut oil production for the first time in 8 years, which, according to experts, should brighten prospects for the energy industry. Ministers announced that the group agreed to limit production to a range of 32.5 to 33 million barrels a day. However, the group won't decide on targets for each country until its next meeting at the end of November. According to reports, the move will give a much-needed boost to the energy industry, as well as the economies of oil-rich countries such as Russia and Saudi Arabia. However, it will mean higher prices at the pump. The agreement was possible because Iran will be exempt from capping production and signals a new phase in relations between Saudi Arabia and Iran, which have clashed on oil policy since 2014. The deal indicates that Riyadh and Tehran, with the mediation of Russia, Algeria and Qatar, were able to overcome the differences that sunk another proposal to cap production earlier this year. A new study has revealed that the UAE tops the list in the Middle East for the most employee data leaks, with 97% of the 1,000 largest companies having suffered a compromise of employees' credentials. Digital Shadows released its compromised credentials research paper, which analysed the largest 1,000 companies listed on the Forbes Global 2000. The report found that 97% of those companies, spanning all business sectors and geographical regions, had leaked credentials publicly online, many of them from third-party breaches. Credentials for over 5.5 million employees of the world's largest companies have been found online, as large-scale data leaks become the norm, according to the report. The top breaches were from social media platforms, with LinkedIn, MySpace and Tumblr breaches being responsible for a respective 30%, 21% and 8% of the total credentials. The report revealed that the most effective country in the Middle East, with over 15,000 leaked credentials, was the UAE, followed by Saudi Arabia, Kuwait and then Qatar. Additionally, in the Middle East, organisations in the technology industry were far more exposed than any other, dwarfing financial services, oil and gas and chemicals. As a result of a rise in the number of cyber attacks and heightened security concerns, speakers at a recent summit organised by Microsoft have said that many enterprises in the Middle East and Africa lack a clear digital strategy and hence are held back from fully realising digital transformation. The forum, titled Digital Transformation for a Modern Enterprise, brought together experts to discuss challenges and opportunities for digitally transforming companies, where discussions were held on security, the Internet of Things and innovations like digital inking as well as cloud productivity. During the discussions, experts stated that the core to a successful digital transformation is leadership, adding that digital orientation must flow from top managers to all levels of the organisation. According to their estimates, digital technologies such as the Internet of Things are predicted to add $14 trillion to the world's 20 largest economies by 2030. With many smaller organisations and startups digitally ahead of traditional firms. Experts from Microsoft added that companies that don't digitally transform also risk losing talented employees. As per their figures, millennials will make up 75% of the workforce by 2030 and are on the lookout for the best digital opportunities. Therefore, experts stated that it is essential for modern enterprises to begin their digital transformation, which should allow increased profitability as well as higher customer satisfaction.
One of the things we noticed was people spent so much time wasting time to try and set up a meeting. On average, people spend around 12 minutes trying to set up the technology once they go into a meeting room. The Surface Hub actually eliminates that. I'll show you some great features later on about how you can walk in, how users and commercial customers can walk into a meeting room and connect straight away to the device. And give that essentially gives time back to the user and it enables people to be more productive. The device enables you to walk into a meeting and straight away go into the whiteboard experience. You're able to use touch as well as a pen and ink in different colors, which allows people to collaborate more. On top of that, people who are not in the meeting can collaborate on the device, and that's enabled via Skype for Business that is pre-built into the device. Microsoft Office applications are also there, so you have your PowerPoint, you have your Excel, and that just gives people more tools to be productive during meetings.
Organising finances should be the first priority for new expats who are settling into the Gulf region, according to Guardian Wealth Management, who has released a new set of guidelines. According to them, new expats are encouraged to make a savings a priority, as the temptations of a more luxurious lifestyle seem to outweigh the prospects of a better future. The company has said that a large part of the UAE's appeal is the ability for people to improve their earnings, which in turn means a higher disposable income, but most importantly, the increased potential to save. Meanwhile, according to HSBC's report, 52% of UAE expats said that the move had increased their ability to save towards long-term investment goals, 14% above the global average. Among the key points in the new guidelines include financial planning, where the company advises new expats to do solid calculations based on incomings and outgoings and come up with an achievable savings contribution each month that can be adhered to. It was added that expats should make the most of their pensions, invest long-term, as well as consider other protection schemes such as life insurance.